Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So I thought I would do a bird. That's what I thought. A bird. A little bitty bird. And of course we have to have a tree or a branch or something. Yet to figure out how to make the bird feel like it's actually flying. Maybe one day I'll figure that out. But till then we're just... Ooh, I gotta sneeze. So, I have sneezing. It'll come when we all least expect it. I thought I put more than one green here, but we didn't. I didn't. But that's okay, because I'm gonna put some little the sneeze, people, the sneeze. I'm gonna put some other colors with it and do some flowery looking thingamabobs. And if you just kind of go back in there with, like, this is white and then I put a pinky cream on top of it, but I'm gonna go back in a minute and do that again. So the sneeze has got me all confused here. So Owen is finally starting to feel a little bit better. His nose was this morning when he woke up, it was still giving him kind of some fits, but he was definitely feeling better. And the thing that, I always get like, how do you explain this? As hard as it is that he's sick, I'm so thrilled that he is able to tell me that he needs help with his nose. Like he wants me, he always says that he wants me to blow his nose. And so he's learning how to physically blow his nose, but he'll come to me. And for him to just be able to say that and know that and actually come to me to help him with his nose is just, it's incredible. It's, so hard, like I said, knowing that he needs, he's sick or he doesn't feel good and he needs help with his nose because I don't want him to be sick. But to know that he can say to me he wants help with his nose, it's truly a blessing. It's truly amazing that he can do that. So, it's like when I explained the other day that when he told me he was sick, before he even got out of bed, he told me that he needed to go see his doctor, and he said her full name, and that he had a fever, and that he, needed to go see his dog. Fever, cough, and runny nose. I thought I'm distracted because I heard all this noise, and I thought it was we're under like big storm watches, in the sense of snowstorms, but it's not truly until the next like few days, like the weekend kind of thing. Today is Wednesday, and so I was like, we just had this rain, but I didn't think we were going to have any more storms right now. But I forgot I'm making my lunch, and it's in the oven cooking, and so it's making kind of popping noises. And so if you've watched before, there's only about 5,000 things that will distract me throughout the conversations, and generally I forget my place and what I'm talking about. So today is truly no different. Not one bit of difference here with that acknowledgement of how distracted can one be by what I'm hearing. So I laugh. You just have to kind of like laugh as you go along, because life's interesting. And maybe it is some rain too, I don't know, but I think it's what I have cooking. I think I was hitting the camera here. So trying to kind of get where the main area of my bird is, and then go back in there, and one of these days I'll figure out how to make more of a realistic looking. Maybe if I paint another 100 years, I don't know. I've been painting off and on, well, not off and on, every day for years now. And so, but I don't try very realistic looking paintings. I just kind of try fun stuff. So far, the head looks very distorted from the rest of the bird, but we'll see if we can't shape that up here. It almost looked like a dinosaur. I couldn't think. Oh. The bird is quite large for the tree, by the way, just in case anyone was wondering. So, Owen has, he was requesting for several days to go to dinner with his grandma. We have a restaurant here that he likes to go to. It's a family restaurant, Dill's, and it's hard for him to process. Like, he couldn't go this past weekend to see his grandma because he was sick. So, and then Monday was a holiday, and then he went back to school on Tuesday, and then it's just, again, it's hard to really get him out of like his regular schedule to do something on these, like, because he usually sees her on the weekends. Going out to dinner with her during the week is kind of hard during days that he's not already out. Like when he goes, and I know he's already out like at school, but it's different. He goes to therapy on Mondays and Thursdays. I kept trying to say Friday, and I'm like, that's not right. Why are you trying to say that? And so he goes to therapy on those days. And so he can handle it a little bit better on those days that he would like go someplace else different. Not generally Thursdays, but the Monday he's kind of sorta okay with. And it's always an interesting dynamic how he feels about everything. But you know, that's where it is. I felt like it needed some more stuff down here. So he had said he wanted to go to the restaurant. He even picked out exactly what he wanted. He loves getting the fish, and he calls them kegs, but they have it's a sage dressing, and it's in a kind of like a patty form, and then they have a potato keg, which is also kind of in that like hamburger style patty, and he loves both of them. And so he wanted the fish, and then he likes the tartar sauce, so he wanted the fish and these cakes. But he can't make himself like decide to go. So when he gets home from school again today, I'm gonna ask him if he wants to go today or tomorrow. Tomorrow he'll go to his therapy, and then I am not sure what the weekend. Who knows? Who knows what the weekend's gonna hold because of this major storm that's supposed to come through. So we'll see. But he's come so far with like wanting to go places and requesting food, and just, I mean, the amount of conversations and the amount of things that he asks for and does now is truly amazing and such a blessing. If you've watched before, I have a tiny bit of a shake. And so when I'm trying to do something like this, I shake. And so I get quiet sometimes. But Owen's, I mean, he's truly doing so much better with wanting to go places. Like, you know, it was so hard when he was younger, because like you think that you're going to get to go out to dinner with your friends or family or something, and then you get to the restaurant and he can't even get out of the car. Like, he's just having a huge meltdown, and I can't tell you how many times I thought we were going to go into a restaurant and we would just have to come home because he couldn't take what was happening. And it's hard. I mean, it's very hard when that's you know, to try to figure out how to help your son with those moments. It's very emotional, because I wanted him to enjoy things, but yet anytime I would try, it would just be so hard for him. And his expressions and vocabulary and everything wasn't there yet. And so that made it even harder for him to explain how he was feeling. And, we don't all like wake up and know how to handle our own daily life, like our own emotions, our own, things that happen. And then to say, hey, this mom has to understand every single thing about a condition. I mean, I was born with a condition called hemihypertrophy. My mom wasn't born knowing how to handle hemihypertrophy. And probably so many people haven't even heard of hemihypertrophy. And yet, here's my mom, trying to do the things. And so what hemihypertrophy means is my right side is larger than my left side. And that's all the way down, my legs and everything. You can see it more in my leg than anywhere. But I wasn't born knowing how to help my son through autism. It was still a daily learning experience for both of us. I mean, he, has gone through so many amazing milestones, and you just have to celebrate those and understand that through challenges, you're going to get those victories, but it doesn't mean the challenges aren't challenging. They aren't the emotions. So every day we have to just let ourselves be human and say, okay, well, today we're going to learn how to go to a restaurant, or figure out that today we can't go to a restaurant, and we know this. So it's learning together and continuing to grow in those moments. And I am thankful for how much we've both grown. So here's my baby bird. Here's my baby bird. So follow our journey. Follow where we are. I write about our journey every day. You can look at my website, sweetbabyo, like Owen, o.com. So sweetbabyo.com, Facebook, sweetbabyo. And just come check out our journey. Like I said, I write about it every single day. I always do O for Owen, and then L, and B. So there we go. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.